Holy Jesus. This might be the biggest snapper I've ever caught. Deep water snapper fishing with soft plastics is often not a term used out in this sort of area. Fishing outside that 30-meter range and pushing into the 40s all the way up to the 90s is quite uncommon for soft plastic fishing. But today, I'm gonna show you some tips and techniques to help you be successful at catching snapper on soft plastics around those deeper reefs. As always, this video here is sponsored by 7 Seas Apparel. Don't forget to use code REALFISHING10 to save yourself 10% off anything I'm wearing here today. Like and subscribe, and let's get into it.
Find me out there. Look for that circling square. Can you see me? I'm right here.
All right, so I headed out to the deep spot and I haven't even got the cameras ready and missed all the hookups and stuff, and I've hooked onto a decent snapper here. First drop, I've just put on a heavier jig head and bang, got a decent snapper on. Oh yeah. Woo. That's what we're looking for. Get this hook out of my net. Oh yeah. That's a decent one for the morning. Woo. Have a look at that for a snapper. Like I said, I went to look at the other small spot, like I just said before. There wasn't any action, not even one archer or a fish, and I was like, stuff it, I'm gonna come out to this deeper spot. We're in 40 meters at the moment, and it comes up to about 30 to 25 meters, so big steep drop off. And yeah, first cast, I was literally getting all the camera gear set up as I casted that, and this guy just come along and hammered the soft plastic. 45 centimeter snapper. Can't beat it. Very happy with that. Burn it away from the fish. Ooh. Yeah, burn it away from him. It's a couple bites and a miss hookup, and then burnt it away from him. Dropped it back down, boom. That was cool, man. That was good. It was decent. Probably not as big as the last one, but still decent. It's the right species again. Think he wanted it? How easy. Oh yeah. He's only just legal. He's only just touching 30. So I'm going to try and get him back quickly because we're fishing in a pretty deep water. So I want to try and release him nice and quickly. But that was that was cool. Little 30 centimeter one, a few hits here and there, burnt it away, dropped it right back down, and it just went, absolutely hammered it. So yeah, let's put him back. Good release. It's the key in that deep sort of, when you're fishing out deep like this, well, I wouldn't call it deep, deep enough where snapper can get barotrauma and stuff like that. Get him back in nice and quickly if you're not going to keep him. Oh, oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Couple of little burns away from him, and boom, he just come up, climbed into it. Turn that down a little bit. We're coming, it's off the reef now. Whew. Oh, come on, get your head up. Alright, it's a good fish. It's a good fish. I've got no words to say. I'm so like just locked into trying to catch this fish. There's colour. Holy Jesus. This might be the biggest snapper I've ever caught. Oh my God. Oh my God. 2, 3. Oh my God! You can barely see me. Look at the hump on it. Look at the hump on it. Oh man! What a fish! Oh my God! I'm out of words, man. This is a special fish for me. I'm gonna get him back in the net as quickly as I can, and I wanna really release this guy, so. Oh, bro! Look at that hump on it. What a special fish. Come on, buddy, you can do it. You can do it, mate. Off you go. Oh, he swam away. Oh, bro, that's so good. You don't understand how relieving that is for that guy to swim away. Oh. Yeah. Another snap. Feels all right. just in this deep water, they love that flick. They will eat it on the sink like that first fish does, but every other fish since then, I've been giving it a real aggressive flick, you know, dropping it up 4 or 5 meters, and they just come along and smoke it. It's only a little fella. All right, only a little guy, but proof of concept. Let's get this hook out of him, get him back. See you, little man. So with this sort of deep fishing, well, I guess I would call it deep fishing, you know, you can catch snapper in 55, 60, 70, 80, 90 meters of water as well. But for soft plastic fishing, this is what we would consider deep fishing with soft plastics. Oh, hello. I don't think this is a snap. Hasn't really got head shakes or anything. Why is this little head shake there? The snapper fight is so distinct. And you watch, if this is a snapper, I'm gonna look like a silly, silly boy. It's a little snap. Oh no, it's a flatty. It's a bloody good one too. Up and in, that's a keeper. That's a definite weird fish to catch right now. I'll take you though. Right, nice 40 odd centimetre sand flathead on the reef. If you've seen previous episodes, I've said you will catch them on the reef. They're just not as common as on the sand, but yeah, I'll take him. He's a nice fish. He spat out some, what did he spit out? Little rock cod. He spat out a little rock cod. All right, so with this deep dropping stuff, obviously your sonar is a good helper as well. And if you look at the screen now that I'm recording, this is the sort of showing you're wanting to see. You want obviously a bit more down below it, but you see that sort of middle rung of bait and then some kind of action down below. That's your typical snapper look on a sonar. So drifting and marking these spots and lining your drift up to be able to drift over patches like this is key. Now the reef that I'm fishing here, it's about 45 meters on the outside, and then it'll go all the way up to this peak of about 30, 28 meters. And the snapper, they won't be on top of the 28 meter peak. They'll be around the edges. Okay, and so you want to sound around the edges, find where the bait is, which side of the reef the bait is. So I did a full 360 when I got here and just marked when I did the full 360 where I saw some bait and some good shows. And then I figured out, okay, the current's going to be pushing from south to north and the boat's going to be pushing from south to north. So we're going to start on the southern side of the reef and fish that edge there and just slowly touch around the corner of it and then restart our drift. And as you can see, there's been some really nice fish being caught. So the retrieve for deep water snapper fishing, from what I've found, yes, they still eat it on the drop. They don't eat it on the drop as often as they would in those shallow spots. So when we go shallow fishing in less than 30 meters, a lot of your snapper will be caught on the drop, where when it's a bit deeper, you sort of take in the idea of being able to vertically jig them as well with your soft plastic. So I've got a 1/2 ounce jig head on, which will take quite a while to get down. It takes probably a minute and a half to even get close to the bottom. And once it's on the bottom, I'm giving it quite a lot of jigs. I'm giving it 5, 6, 7 jigs, sort of like what you would do with a heavy jig that's going down on the bottom. And then I just let it a bit of line, not a lot, just to let it go back down and sink back down. Then do it again. I'll do that 4 or 5 times, and if I don't get a bite or any interest in that time, wind it back up, cast again. It's a much slower style of fishing. You've just got to be patient. Know that your lure's in the right spot. It's in the zone where the snapper are. And all you have to do is just be patient. They'll come along and hit it. Another tip is once you cast out, as far as you can, just let it sink a little bit. Don't just close the bail arm like you would in 20-25 meters and you're really keeping contact. You kind of want it to sink down as far out from the boat as you can. So it gives you a lot of room to be able to work your plastic, okay? Whereas it really shallow, you want it to slowly sink till it's almost under the boat, and then you give it a couple jigs, bring it back up. In this deep water stuff, you want to still be casting as far as you can, but you sort of want it to drop from wherever you have casted it. You want it to drop straight down, and then you just want to work it all the way back to the boat, because again, they do eat it on the drop, but they're more active on that twitch as well compared to the shallow water. Couple little bites there. Jig it up, burn it away, give him a bit of line. Watch that line on the water, see if it just absolutely takes off. No, bites again. Get him to come up and bite it. Look at all the yellowtail in the water. Big school of yellowtail just coming below me. Just cruising along. Don't really care about me. Another key with this sort of style of fishing is you've got to have a tide change pretty early in the morning. So let's say a tide change before 8:30 if sunrise is at 5. So within 3.5 hours of sunrise. Again, the snapper will bite throughout the day in this deep water, but they'll just bite better and they'll be more aggressive during that tide change and around sunrise. With your sounder as well, what you can also do is have a zoom feature. So I'll quickly hit the zoom feature now and show you guys on screen in just a second. It's called, on my one, it's called a split zoom. So what it will have is, you guys can see here, is a zoomed in version, which is locked on the bottom. It's got the bottom half of the water column. We're spinning in about 39 meters, so it's measuring from 15 down to that 39.40. And then on the other side, we've got the full picture from the top of the water column all the way down to the bottom. This is really good to be able to see those snapper. That zoom feature, you'll be able to see the snapper below that bait school. Oh yeah. It's another good one. Need to get him up off that reef. Get him up off that reef. Once he's up off that reef, I'm going to start backing that drag off in a second. Okay, a couple ticks less. He's come off that reef. Try and get him up a bit. Really, once you get that head up, it's just about getting it going, because he'll turn and want to go back down every time. You just got to try and gain meterage as much as you can, because those runs are just absolutely insane. Just angling that fish, man. Taking your time. Again, he's off the reef now. It's me that's going to lose this fish, or he's going to bite it off. So we just got to push the odds into our favor. And we've got a nice snapper coming up now. Back that drag off even more. It's a good snapper, man. Woo! Oh, man. That's a good fish. Yee-hee-hee. All right, another beautiful snapper. I'll get him a quick measure. 55 centimeter one. So cool. I'm gonna try and release him, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, bro, what a session. Oh, I'm just lost for words, man. That is such a cool fish. Go, buddy. So unfortunately, this guy has a lot of barotrauma. I tried to release him, but yeah, unfortunately, that just sometimes that's the way it is with deep dropping or deep soft plastics for snapper. But that's okay. He's still going to get. We're still going to use this fish quite a lot, and obviously feed the family with it. We love a feeder snapper, but obviously I try and be responsible as I can and release as many good fish as I can. But unfortunately, this guy just would not release properly. After a successful session on the snapper, it was time to head back in. But for you guys, the next day's session is happening right now. Yeah. First snapper. First drop. Not a bad one. Get this guy up, get the hook out of him and get this lure back down, I think. He's got barotrauma, so he's gonna have to stay with me. Let's get this hook out quickly. Get that back down there, because that is some good showing. First cast of the morning, nice little 35, has a bit of barotrauma, so I'm obviously going to keep him. It's a perfect size to cook as a whole fish. But yeah, happy with it. Let's go, let's keep going. Ooh, that was a good bite. Yo. One on the jig. Had a little catchy jig just over the other side, just to sort of hedge my bets a bit and increase my catch rate. I don't think it's anything special. It's a snapper though. Little snap on the catchy. Thank you, Rodney. Ooh. Yep. Oh. Yeah. That's a good one. Yep. Good fish. I still don't think he's like a 40 plus. He might be a 35, but come along and hammered it after I twitched it. Just took it away from the school, brought it back straight at him, and bang. Ah, not what we're looking for. Big baker. Yeah, oh yeah. That's a good one. That's one we're looking for. No. Oh. No. On the jig again. The old jig, hey? It'd be better if that plastic goes off. Big snapper. That's a little snap. Let's get him back down straight away. It's only a little guy. Go, buddy. Oh yeah. There's another snap. Or is it not a snapper? Please don't be a baker. It's just not really fighting. Ah. God. Okay, baker. See you, mate. Yeah. Ah. Yeah. Bro, what is going on today? Yeah. Yep. That smacked it. That was a good hit. Pretty confident it's another snap with the way those runs went. Yeah, it is. Two, three. It's another good snapper. All right, another good snapper, 30, 35 centimeters. Got a bit of barotrauma about him, so I'm gonna keep him again. Another great fish to eat whole. And yeah, snapper number 2, that's legal. We've caught a few small ones and stuff like that, but snapper number 2 that's legal. We've missed a few, which is a bit disappointing, but all in all, a pretty good session so far.